introducing the move of the week, which is called closed stance. So we're moving into the stances now. There's a lot of stances, maybe 6 of them. And closed stance, technically, can you hear me okay? Okay, closed stance technically is big toes touching, heels slightly apart. And if that works for you, that's great. It looks like everybody here can pretty much do that. Some people, like if you had, like, let's say really big thighs and like you just couldn't get your things together, or if this hurt your hips, then you would want to modify the closed stance being just your most narrow, comfortable stance. So what we want is to be able to relax in the closed stance. So go ahead and find your closed stance, big toes touching, heels slightly apart if you can, otherwise your most narrow, comfortable stance. And then notice what grips in your body when you do that, because it's not a normal way that we usually stand. So notice what's happening. Is something happening in your butt? Is something happening in your front of your hips? Is something happening in your knees, in your jaw, in your back, in your belly? So just notice, and then see if you can maybe soften your knees, soften your feet, and soften your ankles to let everything settle down. And we want to feel this like kind of beautiful, effortless rise through our core as our base learns to relax and trust this stance. So the base can relax down and the core can lengthen up. And we're not actually doing anything other than kind of thinking about that. You don't have to like push anything to lengthen up. It's just kind of a feeling that, oh yes, even here I can relax this and relax that upwards. This part relaxes down, this part relaxes up. Does that kind of make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay, great. And then the real test is to take some steps and then close stance. Step, 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 close stance. Step, 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 close stance. And it's great to say that out loud. Say close stance, step, 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 close stance. Last one, closed stance. Okay, so that's the move of the week, closed stance.